Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DK64Randomizer.com Season 3.5 Blitz. We got a Blitz tourney action coming for you right now. We are in our top 4 of the Blitz bracket. These are the semifinals. We've got Kilvereis versus Hoyetly, who we saw in the qual crush it. Exciting times. Speaking of crushing in the semis, I got our qualifier winner on the mic. Hello, Etiquette. I am Larock. I will be on the mic for you today. I almost forgot that one-liner. I can't believe I forgot that. Joining me is Etiquette. How you doing, Chief?
Morning. I'm doing all right.
I'm losing my touch. It's crazy. Rumbling. My opener. It's book, and I'm throwing it away. I'm throwing the trash. We'll see how they handle this this seed they got in front of them. How'd your Blitz
it should be an interesting one.
How'd your Blitz experience go?
Well, it ended tragically last night at the hands of Hoyetly. So.
Okay, he's good. He's good.
Absolutely, yeah. It's actually kind of funny. That side of the bracket has had some rough seeds, to say the least. Both of our round ones were over 2 hours, and then round 2 yesterday was almost 2 hours. It was just shy. Meanwhile, Kilvereis has had some pretty standard times. I'm not exactly sure how the seeds themselves were, but...
And by standard, you mean he's just crazy fast, right? That's the
absolutely.
The nature of the beast. Yeah, I mean, Season 3 champion, right? What more can you say? What an absolute monster.
Exactly.
Let's see how they handle O-stand balloon start.
O-stand balloon hunky chunky start.
We got DK to work with us.
God.
That's pretty good. And we are ready to roll. They are scheduled for a minute. Wouldn't you know it? We're ahead of them. That's crazy.
Wow. Waiting on restream? Not today.
Rare form. Oh my god, I forgot to set up my screenshotting. Panic! Oh, look at that, we're good. Just in time. Well, I say just in time, but we're still kicking. How y'all doing today? We got a little time to relax now. This is rare.
I know.
Pretty good. Posture check. Sit properly in your chairs, folks. It's good for you. Hydration check. Make sure you got your tall glass of H2O right next to you. I mean, maybe you don't even need a tall one. I don't know. Maybe this will be a fast one. Maybe it'll be like the qualifier where I had to go get a refill. You never know.
That qualifier was something.
That certainly was something. If you haven't watched that qualifier, that's a worthy watch. That's for sure. Looks like they're all readied up, so we are about to get kicked off here. Let's see if we can send the timer. Let's roll. Strap in. Winner, this is single elimination in a Blitz tourney. The winner advances to the finals. The loser goes home. Well, they're probably already home, but they go home. They remain home, but they're more sad about it. Yeah,
alright, looks like we are kicking off.
And... Good enough.
Oh, I need to refresh one.
Don't mind the delay. There we go. Probably just a little bit of desync. Good old latency. No big deal. Don't worry about it. It works out in the watch. The race time is our Lord and Savior, and we'll keep everyone in sync. Factory level 1. Speaking of our Lord and Savior.
Love Factory level 1.
And a foolish 5-door temple.
Immediate foolish hint. Okay, so a trend I've noticed in these 3.5 settings is foolish hints are hard to come by early. So the fact that we just got one, and coconut on Creme Isle.
That could explain why. That's a very good move to have early. Easy to find in your loop, and it sends you over to Snide pretty early, which is pretty nice. Was that... Wait, did he get Mini Monkey so fast we didn't even see it? I think he did. He got Mini Monkey from somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it was Outer Isles. Hoy just snapped that, and he was off the frame instantly. He's crazy. Because that wasn't in Factory Lobby. You can't do anything in Factory Lobby yet. Wow.
No, that was... It was the ferry on the Outer Isle, yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty nice, and with that, you check BFI instantly and know that it's dead. Certainly convenient, but 2 very good moves from our Kongs very early. 1 GB to go into Forest. That might be where we're headed next. Testing Key 6 Donkey Phase. Interesting. Maybe we'll get an early blast as well. We got Factory pretty early. Alright, here's your choice. You got factory and forest. You can go into both. What do you do?
I go to factory. With no other information, I'm going to factory.
Feels pretty good. Now, is Hoy going to go to the prison? It'd be a bit of a gamble to leave it, but... Okay, there you go. This is the last part of his loop, I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose maybe you could, like, find Lanky and Sprint or some wild combination of items that makes it slightly more optimal to wait, but... You're hard-pressed to leave it if you don't have... If you have DK. It's definitely a tough sell. But minimal information early. We're going to have to find a key pretty quickly, too. Just due to the nature of the beast. So we'll see if it turns up in factory or force. It might turn up in either. Ooh, wow, we spawn right next to a hint door. And a fast GB.
I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't know people's tier lists on DK entry portals, but this is my least favorite in factory.
Oh man, it is kind of awkward, isn't it?
It's bad for the first loop. It's fine once you've got all the warps, because you can like take the 5 right away and you're instantly in testing, but...
Right. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And I guess you're like one pole away from warp 1, which isn't too bad. Let's see what this is. Another foolish hint. Okay. Uh-oh. Aztec CBs. Okay, Aztec is looking a little rough. Maybe Aztec turns up later in the seed?
Over-under on Aztec costing 52 GBs to get in.
Well, times have changed. You can't rely on that anymore.
With these 2 foolish hints, I don't know if they've changed.
True. I'll give you that one. So Kilvereis is speeding along. What do we got here? Alright, oh, there's our key 2.
And that's probably the progression.
Forced CBs to key 2, so we definitely need to go to Forest sooner rather than later. Is it on the notorious Forest Tiny Metal, or is it on Forest Donkey Metal? I'm guessing Forest Donkey Metal, but we'll see. Ooh, look at that! A little twirl action for a while. We're climbing production, baby.
Yeah, it's funny how even with the hint door up there, climbing production is still like a, I don't know if I want to do that.
Everyone hates it, because falling off is so annoying. It's not the end of the world. You can kind of get up where you're going pretty quickly again, but man, it sucks to just like, you're throwing away like 15 seconds for nothing.
Yeah. It does feel bad, too, doing it without, like, Lanky for those colored bananas, or, you know, when you're going up just to go up to the hint door, it feels really bad.
That's true. You get a great metal value climbing. Lanky's is notably much easier. Tiny's is notably much easier.
Yep.
Chunky's is you almost have to. Let's see what we got here. With DK, you can just kick right across this gap. No problemo. Piece of cake.
Ah, I was hoping for a twirl minigame.
Oh, yep.
That happens more often than you might think.
They love making the twirl minigames locked behind twirl skips. That's a classic. I mean, we got a tiny donkey helm, so there's a possibility we just got later, but I can't believe I said that 5 minutes into a seed. If that actually happens, then... Oh, man. I'm never going to forgive myself. Oh, speaking of garbage.
Yep.
Sniper, not looking particularly useful. Pretty good combined with Coconut and potentially Blast being on the path to key 6. That's a possibility, so maybe a very, very early prediction of Donkey Tree sniping, but it's so early I don't trust it. What's his hint say? Did he skip it? He's crazy.
He's funky did he?
I thought he kicked all the way off prod with that hint door text over.
That would have been...
That's next level.
I feel like that's what he tried to do. And it would have been really good.
Maybe he's cooking that up. That'd be a 6 strat. I don't know if DK...
All while you're reading. That's... Yeah, because you would keep moving, I'm assuming.
I think so. I can't say I'm an expert on DK physics. Whoa there! The ledge grab just not wanting to work for Hoy, but... Try again. Got away with it. We take those. So we've climbed out of the depths of storage, and now we gotta do the rest of factory, which... There's a fair bit to do, I suppose, with Coconut Mini. That's a pretty good moveset, actually, for easier checks in factory.
Yeah, you definitely finish off Tiny's medal. You can get Donkey's medal if you want it.
You're absolutely gonna, because you're ending in the power hut, almost certainly.
Oh, true, yeah.
And having climb production, Tiny's medal comes in either right here or on your way to check in the car race. It's right here. Blueprints or GBs. We need 64 of them still, so...
Outer aisles to 2, 5, and 8.
Maybe that's mini. Uh-oh. I think that means it's force tiny metal.
Yeah.
Force tiny metal for key 2. Oh boy.
Blast.
Blast and testing. That's our DK roll item.
Yeah, that has to be it.
Chunky metal on funky. Information is flying, or chunky potion on funky. Information is flying in. This is why we start early. This is why we start factory, folks. You get a pile of coins. You get a bunch of easy checks. Your hints are pretty readily accessible. There's just a lot to like about this level. These DK coins aren't wildly abundant, but we're good on tiny probably forever if we find like a single rainbow coin.
I feel like DK coins are just not abundant in any level.
I think they're front loaded. There's more in Japes, and that's probably like the game like knowing that you have DK the whole time, so it can start giving you coins, just like part of the game design. And then they have to put more coins for Kongs later because you have them in later levels, and their upgrades are more expensive too. Like DK's purchases in the vanilla game are relatively cheap because they're earlier. Alright, you caught me rambling about game design again. It's a dangerous enterprise. We got so distracted we didn't even count. Kilvereis was too fast. We have an opportunity for redemption. One more hint in R&D. Actually, wait, this is the boss door, isn't it? Sure is.
Yep. Not checking the car race, it looks like.
It is pretty slow to check, but with Mini on the path to so much stuff, that's kind of a wild look.
Yeah, you're either expecting Mini to be that item or exactly pound the X.
Right, because it could easily be Mini gives you key 5, and then you're off to the races. Because right now you don't have enough for Force Tiny Metal, I don't think.
No.
You need, like, Diving or Feather, maybe.
Hold on, I've got the handy calculator.
Yeah. Where's the numbers? It may depend on
I'm not reading all this.
It may depend on where the spawn is. Yeah, yeah, I'm not reading all this because it's just a mountain of garbage. Having Mini does help, but there's a number of things you still need.
Mini diving and punch.
Diving.
Let's go with that one.
Yeah, diving grape, diving punch, diving pineapple.
All right, chat. Now's your time to count.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh. We got a little 2-tile action.
Huge. That means you can. That means he just unlocked counting twice at once for chat. That's like a huge buff. I said we're ending at Power Hut, but I lied. We're ending at the shops because we haven't looked at the shops yet because you had to go acquire currency throughout factory. And we just cut 5 to 16. I love it. Huge.
We got a Diddy potion on Cranky.
So 2 potions in factory we're gonna have to come back for. We have not seen our Kong hints either. We do not know where Diddy, Lanky, or Chunky are. I can already sense the believers are sweating.
You know something? We know... Oh, I was gonna say we know there's probably not a Tiny K rule. But I was gonna say we know we have a Donkey Tiny Helm. What if it's a 3 Kong seed?
That would be unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. I wouldn't believe it. I did not see that jetpack in. Did you?
I did not.
I don't... Maybe that wasn't even a jetpack in. Maybe you just bought a GB and I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. That's probably garbage. Forget about it.
Jetpack was red. Thank you, chat.
Forget the medals. See ya. Alright, Kilvereis, having synthesized his information, appears to be considering... Oh, there was Feather. Where's Feather? Where did that Feather turn up? Oh, on the blast course. Well, that's certainly convenient. Thank you for double checking. And with Feather and Mini, we can look at everyone's favorite dartboard. Our good hit detection wheel. For a Pearl. Oh, that's not ominous at all. Could have been key 2. No, it couldn't, because Blast got us Feather. Actually, yeah, the Feather plus mini checks are dead, because Blast got us Feather, and it's on completely different paths than Mini.
Okay, so that's making key 2 being Tiny's medal seem way less likely.
So then how does Mini help you get key 2? Maybe it's a different Kong's medal? Maybe... Because Coconut is enough for DK. We are in logic for DK's medal right now.
Yeah.
It's not likely to be a different thing in testing at this point. Maybe it is Force Tiny Metal. Well, yeah, because it could be Force Tiny Metal anyway, because there's different ways to go. Well... Well, that's a head scratcher. Worth noting that Feather plus Mini isn't enough. So there's got to be something more going on here. Honestly, just get your Force Tiny Metal, get your key 2, and forget about it. Wait, can we still get it, though? I think we're still short. We still need one more thing. We need Grape, Punch, and a Kong to use them. Or Diving. Diving's the best one, because that doesn't need any Kongs. Okay, I really tried to will that one into existence, but we'll have to sell the vines on a clear vial in the mills. Unfortunate, I know. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, there's our vines hint.
Oh, this game is so funny sometimes.
Oh, man, that's a classic right there. Important move acquired. A hint that tells you exactly why it's required right next to it. That's just some good stuff right there.
My favorite is, I think, the like reveal seed for these settings it was like R&D is foolish in the R&D hint portal, so it was like, all right, perfect, I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'll see ya. I mean, that's the first thing you do in R&D, so that's like kind of nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of R&D though, Hoyetly has just also ignored car race. I guess they just hate it. Maybe that's just a sign of the times that I would be checking it and I would be slow and I would lose and it's a disaster. I mean, it's just too slow to check in their minds.
I mean, I would skip it unless I got that hint that said Mini likely is path to 2, 5, and 8.
There's something going on here. Nice little Isles loop. Remembering this GB here for Hoy. That's going to be a nice little pickup, but it could be that Hoy is just feeling the speed pressure. We all know Kilvereis is like one of the fastest around, so if
oh, absolutely.
And he's very aggressive. He will just skip crazy stuff. Of course, Lobby Fairy playing nice for Hoy. That's very nice. I don't even know if Kilvereis shot that guy. Like,
he did,
yeah. Fast. Or is Blast Course not our answer for key 6? We're gonna have to keep digging.
Well, if Vines is the Mills item that's only to key 8, that at least eliminates Jape's Blast Course.
Sure does.
Being key 6.
A lot of fun options still remain. Speaking of fun, there's our first rainbow coin. Love to see that. Not DK's medal, so it's looking like Tiny's medal may be our answer. Which is a bit of a problem here, because we don't appear to have enough yet. I don't think.
I don't think you can do it yet.
Unless you could like cheat into the back of the mill somehow. Well, you don't have to cheat into it. You can just walk in there with Mini. That's why it's so devious, is because they may expect you to use the Mini Monkey hole connector between the mill rooms. That's a cheeky hole, that's for sure. One of the worst.
Yeah, but that's still not enough, I don't think.
No, it's not. This is an interesting order from Kilvereis. He's going into the Thornvine Barn first, before checking the outside of it, like the crate and the Kasplat behind it. Oh wow, you haven't even seen the ammo belt 2 there. Oh, hello, key!
You know something? I saw that on Kilvereis' screen when he passed it, and I just didn't process that it was a key.
Oh man, he heard the cop while slamming the switch. He's crazy. We gotta keep an eye on that key then. What key could that possibly be? Any of them at this point, I think.
Yeah.
We don't have any moves for the winch. Peanut, guitar, charge, Diddy even? Nothing. I
mean, given the number of items required for that, calling that key 2 is not that hot of a take, just because key 2 is the only one that actually has multiple hints so far.
That's true. But we need another key. We're running out of levels. Like, we're running out of stuff to do. So we need to...
Key 5 is on Factory Car Race, I'm telling you. And that's the progression.
That's actually very plausible. That's a perfect spot for it, too. Oh, that would be awful. Like, you think it's just, yes, we simply go to Forest, we collect our medals, and we're off to the races, but... no, I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow, that cop is... Kilvereis is unbelievably lucky that cop didn't happen to turn around at the wrong time. You're immune during the cutscene, so you couldn't get caught during the cutscene, but you could get caught 1 nanosecond after the cutscene ends, so he did kind of get away with one there. And he opted to do the bonus barrel anyway for the GB, and Hoy did not. Oh, well, you know, if you run around the back, you could have got your rareware coin sooner. Very cool.
We need that.
Maybe it's just a key on one of these guys? A second rainbow coin? Okay, I won't complain. Are we about to get an R&D to key 5 hint? That'd be very funny.
Storage and Arcade to key 6.
That's probably our feather, right? Blast to feather just fits, like, really well. Which,
yeah,
further hinders the case of Forest Tiny Metal being our answer. Not that it was particularly likely at this point, but... They might try their luck at the Forest Tiny Metal anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's not possible. Now I'm gonna, like, actually break out the big guns. Break out the big... I gotta break out the Colbert Rapport. Here we go. Can we do this?
There is a set of moves that requires these, like, 3 or 4 tiny CBs, but I'm pretty sure that involves the Owl Tree somehow. Although... I think they're going to be 1 short. I think they can get to 44 with this.
I'm running the numbers, and I think I'm also at 44.
Because there's the 10 on the other side of the mill, and
Wait.
they're at...
Hang on.
Can you do this?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow, swiping a single banana out of the moat. That's huge.
Madman.
That's actually crazy. He didn't dive underwater. Look at that. The problem is this probably isn't the answer, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Because if this is the answer, then diving has to be available somewhere. So go ahead, take your... Oh my god, it is.
Wow.
Oh my god, it's key 2. That's crazy. He stole it from the moat.
Okay, so there's so many implications of that.
So where is diving?
So...
Did we put diving in R&D, or we're going crazy?
Okay, so this means that Mini is always required, but Feather is not always required.
Diving is like the one item that's like big for that. And because of the whole Kong assumption shenanigans, that's not super uncommon for this sort of stuff to happen. Somehow Mini is required. Oh, that Mini is weird.
So
though.
I think this means Mini
locks diving.
100% locks diving and Pineapple if it's relevant.
Yeah. Mini has
Because
to
the
lock
only
diving.
two ways to do it without Mini are Feather Pineapple or Diving Feather.
And wouldn't you know it, I'm pretty sure there's exactly one Mini check we haven't looked at.
Yeah. So either that has key 5 or that has diving.
I think that fits perfectly. We've cracked the case, Holmes. Now the question is, does Hoyetly crack the case, or does he go steal a banana out of the moat? Because he has to. He has to. Like... Thievery.
That was wild.
That's so funny. We counted exactly 44, and we're like, man, we just can't get one more. And then Kilvereis was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best Pelican impression real quick. Yoink. Wow, Japes is 20. What level is this? Is this level... I missed what level that was. Is it level 3? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, fun spawn.
Fun
Put you at the
DK.
start.
I've not had that one yet.
What are you doing, buddy? Don't try and push. All right. You wanna press your luck by swiping a CB out of the water. You ain't trying to push, buddy. Save that for the DK64 Challenge series. Coming to you tomorrow. There's more of that action. That's some good stuff.
Oh, another key.
In the peanut cake? In the peanut room?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. Oh wow. I'm probably blind because keys are like one of the hardest things to miss, but that's okay. Oh, is that... That's a Kong in there.
That is absolutely a Kong.
Which one? Was that Diddy or Lanky?
It was Diddy.
Diddy. I should have known it was that guy. Our silly monkey friend. Alright, so with Coconut, we're good to go. And we had a creme out of Kong's hint. Bang. Solved, just like that. No problems. Boy is getting the hint at the top of the mushroom. I wonder if he's going to get pointed at diving.
James Hillside to Diddy.
That's Rocket, right? It has to be Rocket.
Exactly Rocket.
Because Peanut leads to a key. 2 keys,
leads
even.
to 2 keys.
Yeah. And we know it leads to 2 non-key 8 keys, so it's not even locked by Mini either. Mini leads to 2, 5, and 8. That's not enough keys. Could be like, Mini gets us like charge, maybe? Well, it would also be on the Pet the DK rule, wouldn't it? Oh, silly me. So maybe we'll find a DK rule hint that just kind of like answers our Peanut question. Like, it'll answer what keys those are as well. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. We got Strong Kong and Hillside. What does that even do? Ah, excellent. There's our Diddy hint. Amazing. Thank you very much.
Love it.
Huge. I think Hoy is about to also steal a banana out of the moat. He's crazy. There's a rocket barrel that's locked by one of O stand or twirl.
Oh, here's a question I've been meaning to ask. If you start with an either or move, like how we started with O stand, is it still an either or?
Well,
according to hints.
It could be. If O stand locks twirl, then you could get O stand Way of the Horde for that.
Okay.
Alright, 44 for Hoy. What has he got for us? He's stumped. Gone fishing.
You're gonna try to go through the gate here?
Yeah, nope. You need pineapple for the last one. That's why pineapple is one option for the medal. That's wild. And now he's like, well, poop. And he's basically funneled it directly to the car race, because that's, I think, the only thing he can do.
Yeah.
So, he pulls diving here, and he's like, well, that sucks, but a consolation prize is a consolation. It's a pretty good consolation prize. Having diving in your pocket is pretty nice. You get access to another level. Kilvereis is going to have to come back for this. He just has to, because diving gets him into level 4. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Jape's Tiny Metal is way overboard.
Jape's Tiny Metal is a headache of its own right. We have all the components we need to get it, though. So I think we're fine.
But we potentially have Feather is to only key 6, and Feather is always required for the medal.
Uh-oh.
So it could just be key 6.
That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Alright, well, fair enough. Simple as that. Alright, take the stroll of shame down the R&D hallways. Let's see what the car race has got for us.
And that would explain why Mini... Okay, and Mini's not path to 6 because Coconut gets you the medal too.
Yes, and Coconut isn't path to 6. Very fun. All components got hinted, but good old either ors. Potion trophy on the car race, wouldn't you know it? Thank you very much. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You do have to pick up coins in the car race, and you should hit the stars, not avoid them perfectly. I'm backseating. I gotta step off. Oh, but look at that! Look at that body block into the explosion. Textbook.
I will say it could have either been key 5 or diving here, and I think it's better for Hoy that it is diving.
Yeah, that's better direction.
Because you're not gonna get you're probably not gonna get a 5 to a R&D to 5. You might get this as Way of the Horde, but like if it truly is an either or with pineapple or diving, then this wouldn't be path.
Right.
So diving is needed.
I'm trying to think if there's a world it's possible that diving isn't Way of the Horde. I think it always is Way of the Horde, but I'm not sure. Okay, Lowlands key 4. So that's our peanut cage key. Interesting.
So any other key 4 path is going to be a Diddy K rule, and it will directly point to Peanut.
Mm-hmm.
This feels so bad. Walk in, dive, grab that, leave.
That is rough. That's probably only like a minute or two out of your way, but Going into force is a minute or two out of your way. I wouldn't consider the time spent getting diving wasted because you had to do it anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, making the extra trip to run out of forest is what is a little unfortunate. And you are short GBs. That is highly unfortunate. But you got diving, so maybe level 4 is your answer. Although Japes is looking pretty nice. I mean, you're going to walk out of here with key 6, most likely. Wait, he got peanuts. Where did he get peanuts?
Until you go into... until you come in here, you don't actually know that Japes is as good as it is.
Key 8. How did Kilvereis get peanuts and we didn't notice?
It was the shop.
Oh, that was the shop.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
perfect.
key 6.
That solves a lot of problems. Key 6 on that medal, and you'll love to see it. Very productive Japes trip. You'd love to get in there. Oh, wow. That is... Did that say 21 to get into caves?
That's brutal.
B-Locker did.
Brutal for Hoy.
B-Locker's not playing around in this scene. Wow.
Oh, it was 11. Okay.
It was 11. Okay, so he... I didn't see the animation of it like start to go away, so I thought he like couldn't clear it, but yeah. I guess I'm just blind, whatever. All good. Yeah, Caves is not particularly inspiring. Hoy might be considering dumping to get into Japes, which, for all that Kilvereis is doing, feels kind of like the right motions. Factory Shops Key 8, so one of those two potions we saw, either Factory Diddy Cranky or Factory Funky Chunky.
Funky Chunky,
Something for Key 8. Could be a Helm instrument at this pace, could be Gorilla Gun, could be Monkey Port. We also only know 2K rule phases, but I think we can rule out Tinies.
You can definitely rule out.
Because either Lanky or Chunky is our third. We have 2 phases solved. We have Donkey K roll and Diddy K roll solved already. This is pretty nice. This is
Don't say it.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I caught myself. It's feeling like a commanding lead for Kilvereis at this point. Things have just panned out. Oh, what is this potion? Wow. Okay, so that's our main Isles key. That's Bongos. I mean, wow, Kilvereis is crushing it right now. A really good Japes visit. Walking out with 2 keys, a Kong, and 2-way of the Horde moves. I mean,
and there was like 10 GBs as well. Like, that's really good for not being a level 1 or something.
We love our factory Jape starts, don't we, folks? Forest was just the snooze button. Suddenly Cave seems pretty good. Well, yeah, because what else is he going to do? Actually, speaking of which, what else is he going to do? He can't go into another level, or he could go into level 5, I guess, if it's not too expensive. But if level 5 is like your Aztec that costs 50 GBs, he is bricked until he finds diving. So if level 5 doesn't deliver the goods really quickly, and even if it does deliver the goods, it keeps him away from diving for longer. This is a very scary situation for Kilvereis. He is in the driver's seat, but he will get run over if he does not come back from that diving. Well, he will 95% of the time get run over if he doesn't come back for that diving. It would be shocking if diving wasn't way of the Horde somehow.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any Caves hints yet.
We don't have any explicit own requirements, whether it be a Caves hint or a diving bonus barrel, but Helm has 4 bonus barrels, and if you dodge diving on all of them, that's an exceptional day. Alright, back to Factory goes. He may have smelled out the diving, because it kind of has to be at this point. Like, we scienced it out before Hoy got there. A little flippery through this floor here. Well, not really through the floor, through a tiny crack that somehow you can backflip through. Little DK64.
Yeah, Kilvereis is also probably here for that cranky Diddy shop. So it'll be telling to see if he leaves after the shop or if he's gonna stick around and do that R&D check. Because you have to remember, like, the longer it goes, the more you have to remember, like, what did I actually have at that point in the game?
Right. If you told me to add, if you just put 5 random moves on the tracker, it would be so much harder to pin down exactly the car race. And that's basically what Kilvereis has done. So unless he pinned it down at that moment as he left Forest for the first time on where diving was, that's going to be a lot harder to come by later. Unless, maybe it just gets hinted. Then life is good. That's a way of the horse spring. Hello. Well, maybe.
Oh yeah, that.
This is not guaranteed to be.
This is the other one.
This is a 50-50. It's either that spring on Factory Cranky Diddy, or it is the Factory Funky Chunky Potion that could be our answer for Key 8. It's entirely possible we find like a monkey port on Factory Funky, and then we're done here. And that spring meant nothing. But now he's thinking, okay, well maybe spring gets me something in Diddy Production. A very nice check.
Much better check because you already have climbed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure diving is way of the horde just for the forced tiny metal situation, but for practical purposes, is there a world where he gets away without it? I think the answer is no, but... Well, okay, no. Is there a world? Yes. Yeah. Are we living in that world? I highly, highly, highly doubt it.
So I think we're going to see a block tower check.
Diddy's metal, too. What the like here? Oh, even a GB for the road. Why not? I mean, Kilvereis' GB collection speed is outrageous. He is at 34 GBs at 32 minutes. Just unbelievable.
Usually, I always try to keep track of, like, all right, a GB a minute, right? And that usually holds true for, like, the first 7 minutes. But Kilvereis is ahead of that right now.
Some monkey wrench gets thrown into your seed that just makes everything fall to pieces. Like, Hoy is not on bad pace either. 24 GBs at 33 minutes in, it's, like, solid. And he has a little bit of a progression edge in terms of diving. But Kilvereis certainly has the initiative. It's not like Hoy is going to miss anything in Japes here. He's doing the same stuff here. He'll walk out of here with his peanut, probably. He just got Diddy. If he went
all right, Kilvereis is leaving factory.
This might hurt. The cost of this level 5 is huge for his progression right now. He needs this to be enterable. Or he needs it to not be enterable, and then he needs to find diving instantly. And it's gallion anyway, so what are you going to do without diving? Enjoy.
Oh, no.
He's got peanut, though, so he's got, like, shop options, but...
32. Okay, so he can get in.
Okay, it's looking real expensive, though. He's got to be thinking, though, like, what the heck is going on here? These are insane B-lockers. Uh-oh, that's a diving requirement. Ooh.
Gallion tiny stub.
Ruh-roh, we need something. We need to get into the sub, and you cannot skip diving for that one. That's for sure. That could be our key 5. That could be our monkey port. That could be our gorilla gon. E6 for Hoy. He's got to be feeling good about that one. Kilvereis took the time to peek the hive, and Hoy is not. In the spirit of going fast, I think I understand. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. The rare galleon entrance when you actually have vines.
Lanky can be bought in galleons, so that... Oh, boy. This further muddies the trail, if he's viable.
Yeah, it does.
Because now you have a whole other Kong to maybe go find diving with. Like, you might send Lanky back to... I don't even know where you send Lanky back to. We don't have many Lanky moves.
We're currently 2 for 2, by the way, on Kong hints being in the level that they are in.
That's a classic. Diving was indirectly hinted. Very, very indirectly hinted. We found it pretty much by process of elimination, almost. But it was a hard lock very early that Kilvereis went out of logic for. He went out of logic for Forest Tiny Metal. And Hoy did not, and because Hoy did not, he was funneled into diving very quickly.
Well, diving itself may not be path to key 2. It may be like the way the seed wants you to do it.
Right.
But there is a world that like pineapple is available somewhere.
This is one of those, like,
which is another way to get there.
This is one of those funny Kongs or Assume situations that the paths can crops up from time to time. Like, for example, if that pineapple is buyable by Chunky and Factory, for example, that would kick diving off the path. Although that probably would have other logical implications. This one is looking particularly complicated. Rest assured, we still puzzled it out regardless, but that one's looking pretty ugly. To try and wrap our head around that path, maybe it has to be mini-locked or something.
It definitely has to be mini-locked.
I think that makes sense.
It doesn't have to be diving.
Right. Because it's not Feather. Feather was confirmed not path to key 2, even though it was essential in getting it. Forest Tiny Metal, man, why are you doing that to us? That charge is good. We need that charge. We need that charge for a key on the winch. So Gallion Shops is a good visit. Candy's got Lanky, I believe. Are you really leaving the cactus supply, Kilvereis? You have nothing else to do. You are insane. And Chunky buys him! Oh, no!
Oh, that's tragic.
That's brutal. So now it's like, okay, where's Chunky? Or where's Diving? Kilvereis needs a key now. He's like, what do I do?
Well, he's going right to the right place. We'll see if it's actually the right one.
There's other options as well. It could be, like, he might be thinking, like, okay, I got Lanky. What do I do with Lanky? Maybe I gotta go do, like, Lanky production? Lanky's metal? Oh, he doesn't have Lanky. I'm stupid. I made that up. Ignore me.
You know what? I believed you, so.
Very cool. Alright, he smelled out the car race. This makes a lot of sense, right? With Mini hinted to so much stuff. I can't believe they skipped this in the first place. Let's leave it at that. But maybe that's enough of a lead, like, oh, hey, dang, I did kind of forget about this, didn't I? I hope this isn't anything important. You come back to it later. It was something pretty important. So, would you look at that? Kilvereis basically did exactly what Hoy did, which was come back to factory explicitly for the car race. So the time kind of comes back. The time lost in the Key 2 kerfuffle was mainly in the form of... Well, it's twofold now, because it comes in the form of Hoy having to revisit Forest to just go scoop up the key instantly. And it comes in the form now of Kilvereis diving into Gallion without diving. Dipping into Gallion without diving. You wouldn't dive into a level without diving. Haha, funny, silly me.
Yeah.
But because he didn't go in with diving, he had to then leave Gallion, so it's going to cost him to go back into Gallion. Again, not a significant amount, but extra level trips are where time really adds up, and when you're trying to save time in a race, that's what you really want to like home in on. Like, how can I get maximum value out of this level before I leave?
Right. And honestly, aside from the fact that Kilvereis has gone through Gallion now, they're almost even on GBs. I think Kilvereis has 38, and Hoy just got 33, but has more blueprints. So they're like pretty much neck and neck now, even though they had such a weird discrepancy there with Key 2.
And
yeah, Hoy's just going to go in and do a normal Gallion clear where Kilvereis had to do that first one.
Wouldn't you know it, they're both in Gallion now. Hoy's got his first trip to deal with here, but Kilvereis has quite a few options. He can go sub. You might start thinking about the lighthouse area. I mean, you could... Ooh, wait, no slam. You can't do the lighthouse. You can say hey to Kevin, I suppose. Turn in the Pearl, actually, yeah, that's not a terrible idea. That could be our key 5. I mean, there's got to be another Pearl out there somewhere that isn't featherlocked, right? There's 5 of them.
There must be. Yeah.
Surely. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We run straight towards our way in the Horde in the sub. And if this is key 5, that opens up 2 more levels and life is good. Then that kind of like blows our seat up. Well, it unlocks our last 2 levels, actually, if it's key 5. And it is.
We do have a key.
Lovely. There's a little Ramby arena. Cheeky little camera work there. If you just zoom in, the enemies... You stop moving, but the enemies don't. And as it turns out, Ramby is an invincible killing machine. And will just destroy anything he touches.
Yeah, and you can get yourself like right between them. They all run at you. And as long as you evenly space them, you can get some nice combos.
Very easy combos. Basically foolproof. Much more important with the gold one. Because the gold one just multiplies your score to the moon. That's how they get those like crazy high scores that I've only heard about but not seen because I played it mostly as a kid and I was bad. Okay, I wasn't that bad, but certainly nowhere near as good as those silly high scores.
Alright, Kilvereis instantly leaving to check out the other levels. I might have checked the hints first, but I don't hate it.
Oh yeah, the hints are actually really good info because we need Chunky, right? That's the big one.
Yeah. I just want to know where Chunky is. 60! I called it!
Oh! And we got confirmation that it is the factory funky Chunky shop that is Way of the Horde. So that spring lost considerable value. It's not necessarily dead. It's not necessarily not Path to Key 8. But it is looking a lot worse. Castle is our last option. Aztec shops are foolish. Wow, Aztec looks horrendous.
The seed was like, do you want to go to Aztec? No.
And they were like, you really don't want to go anyway, man. It's fine. Enjoy. Alright, maybe Hoy can pull some interesting information out of these galleons. This is some nice info to be had here. Potentially, right? A hint for Chunky would go a long way, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in a level you've already visited. If it just happens to like be in Castle, just like that's probably like worst case scenario because Kilvereis is just gonna just run straight into Castle now. I see Kilvereis is opting to do a few more bonus barrels in Hoya. Oh, maybe you're not running into Castle. It's 41 and you're only at 39. He'd have to dump both of his blueprints in order to get in. He'd have to dump one of his blueprints in order to get in.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed a trend of a lot of top players doing a lot more bonus barrels. There's been a trend of seeds really not having a lot of progression outside of like a 55 GB plus B-Locker. And so you're sitting there at like 30 GBs doing a normal seed, like normal playthrough, and you're out of stuff to do and you just have to GB grind, so...
Okay, hang on. Lighthouse to Lanky K rule. That's basically... Oh, no. Okay, well, I don't like what I'm seeing there. So that means a couple things. It's not anything underwater, because Minnie would be on the path to it. So it's not going to be like the Mermaid. It's not going to be the On Guard chest, but it could be Kevin. It could be the top of the lighthouse. Actually, no, it's not the top of the lighthouse because Rocket Barrel is dead. It could be the sick bay, or it could be in the lighthouse, which is slam locked.
Yeah. And it's blue slam, not red slam.
It's blue slam. Red alert. You are not getting help. You are not getting a lot of help on blue slam. You might get the levels on one of the hint doors, but no combo on Ramby there. No combo on the gold one. The gold ones are the ones you really need a combo because that sends your score to the outer space. It's not red alert, it's blue alert. You're totally right. Well, blue alert doesn't sound all that interesting. You gotta call it a code blue instead. That's the actual scary one. It's like the hospital code, right? For like crash cart or something. Probably depends on the hospital, whatever. Okay, we got a key 7 hint. Cave CBs, Saved by the Bell. Let's just put it on the boss. Why not? That sounds hype.
I love it.
Yep. Right, yeah. Hoya almost running out of time on that Ramby. He's gotta put the tape on that. He's gotta come back to the tape on this one. Rainbow coin number 5. Pretty nice. Slamless Castle is a tragic one, really. I did not know this Kasplat was directly under that outcropping. That's actually kind of a sick fall there. People have gotten much better mental maps of Castle than I do. I thought mine was above average.
I spent like 30 minutes the other day looking at the no clip of Castle just to try and figure out where drops were.
Find some good drops, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna get trombone or barrels here on Kevin. What do you got? Come on, Kevin. Oh, Kevin, you're killing me, man. Kevin, what are we doing here? Kev!
Okay, so slam or chunky and punch?
Ooh, and because we don't have Chunky K roll, we're not going to get a great lead on that. Gallion Funky Diddy, that was charge.
Yes, we know why that's needed.
Yeah, that was charge. No surprises there. R&D has 1 potion. That's extremely funny. That's diving locked for the 1 potion, but that tells you the rest of R&D is dead, which is nice. Well, mostly dead. Probably dead. I suppose there's some worlds where you could get, I don't know, like Chunky on Diddy R&D or something insane, but most of the rest is looking pretty rough. I mean, if you were worried about something in the lighthouse, you might be able to, like... Oh, no, you can't check on the sickbay because you don't have Chunky. Never mind. Womp womp. Boy, taking his sweet time in Galleon, getting all the info. You might get Diddy's medal here, too. Pretty good one. That's the boss door right there. Uh-oh. Alright, he's got all his info, then. Besides the on-guard locked door, no Lanky. Chunky potion on Castle Cranky.
We gotta find Chunky.
We need Chunky real bad. He's buying 3 potions, and we know 2 of them are way, we know 2 of them are way of the Horde. He's buying 3 things, rather. Chunky?
I'm just waiting for Chunky to be...
Oh my... Okay, so... Lanky just got hinted way of the Horde. Thank you, game. Very cool. We knew that.
I'm waiting for the game to put the Chunky hint in Aztec.
Hoy doing the Diddy backflip strat in Castle Lobby. I think he... If I recall correctly, he prefers this one to the tiny flip, which makes him crazy, but that's alright. You have a tendency to backflip a lot. That is a GB in the bonus barrel, so it's like, whatever. And you know, a Lanky potion on Funky? Come on, man. Wait, I missed that.
Outer Isles for 1.
Outer Isles for 1. And we got it.
Yeah.
That was our mini monkey at the start of the seed. So now, out of options, Hoy is just like, alright, fine, I guess I'll just go to caves then. Fine. Fine. We've seen that hint already. That's not new info. That is our bongos in the training grounds.
Yep.
Do you really want to go to Aztec, man? Think again, buddy.
Yep.
Turn around. Not too bad a cave spawn. Kind of in the middle. It's away from the warps, which is unfortunate, but...
I like that it's on this side of the river, because you almost always want to cross the river at the very start anyways.
I'm pretty sure one of these days, we're just going to get mad at these portals. Like, one of the devs is just going to get mad at the portal placements and just, like, put down a bunch of, like, really nice portals. Just put one, like, right next to all the warps. In, like, 3 different levels. You're going to be like, I'm sick of this.
We should get a 6 warp that always spawns at the DK portal and puts you back at the level start, if you prefer that.
The 6 warp. Oh, man. As funny as that would be, that might be weirdly doable, actually. It probably wouldn't even be that bad.
Oh no, why'd I say anything?
Well, weirdly doable. I say weirdly doable in the sense that you'd get like a slightly funny looking warp, but I'm pretty sure it's not that hard to superimpose the 6 on there. I'm just like putting words into Blame's mouth at this point, though, so I should probably shut up now. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about, so you can just ignore me. That's cool. Your standard caves clear. Check out the middle area, you get all the easy stuff. Check out the shops. You gotta pick up your CBs, though, because we need key 7 at some point, so it's one of these medals most likely has our key 7. Unfortunately, we have 0 help on where Chunky is. We have no Kong hints, free Kong hints that would help us. We have no direct Chunky hint, even. We've just got Rabbit. We just got a Rabbit Race jump scare out of absolutely nowhere. What the hell?
What is that for?
I have no idea, but we are in trouble. That's all I know. We are now 2 Lanky potions short. Excuse me?
We're 3 Lanky potions short.
3? Oh my god. We need great trombone and sprint. Abe's tiny metal.
So,
alright, finally
interestingly,
something.
we do have the solo Lanky K rule hint, which is either talking about trombone, which means exactly barrels is on the Rabbit Race, or it's talking about barrels and who knows where trombone is.
Yeah, but we have 1 Lanky K roll hint. Is that really gonna be it? There's no way, right?
There's no way.
There's no way. So we have a Caves CB's hint to key 7, and we just got Caves Tiny Metal hinted. And wouldn't you know it, Caves Tiny Metal is another headache.
I was just looking at it. I don't think it always requires either Feather or Mini Monkey, which would explain why it's...
Practically speaking, all we need right now is...
Sax would do it.
Sax would do it. Monkey Port would do it if you do the twirl cut. Barrels and Punch. I think those 3 combined you're good. Or one of those 3 you're good to go. Yes, one of those 3 and we'd be good, but that's not great. And so Kilvereis is back at the lighthouse because he's like, well, maybe the lighthouse has some answers for me with this Lanky Carol hint, but he is going to be walking away disappointed. Because nothing underwater could be your answer. Oh, brother. Where is Chunky? He might just come back to Gallion to just get a Chunky hint. What if the mermaid has a slam? Well, that sounds...
I mean,
I'm scared.
Kilvereis is at 50. I wouldn't really be too sad with just going to do random stuff in like forest that you only cleared with 2 Kongs and push to 60 to get into Aztec.
An extremely foolish Aztec. No shops, no 5-door temple, no CBs.
I want to know where Chunky is.
Oh, that's true.
I want the hints.
Your information might be there. Maybe we got a little something at Castle Funky. No, we've seen this, haven't we? Oh man. We're informationless. I think there are more hints in caves too. They're punch locked though, so that's not going to help you any. It's worth noting the hint for Chunky is definitely available without Chunky. I think it just in this seat happens to be put in a horrible spot. Horrible spot being, I don't know what's as bad as it gets. Probably somewhere in Aztec. That's pretty bad.
Because we have all the hints in Japes, we don't have them all in Forest.
Knowing that Chunky locks
the Owl Tree.
Knowing that Chunky locks and Lanky helps because it's not going to be that one. It's not going to be that one. It's not going to be the one that's like on guard locked. Oh man, it is 60 GBs to get into Aztec, which is just egregious. And that's probably where our Chunky hint is. So you could just work your way to 60. You could just get lucky and find Chunky. Another lovely option. Or, yeah, you could just leave Chunky behind. He's dead to us. Unfortunate. You hate to see it.
I don't know. He locks a man who's 3 moves away from racing a rabbit. So you kind of need him.
Oh, brother. Oh, man. That must be one of our... I think all these key 8 hints are going to point at the pieces parts, I think. I feel like that makes the most sense. It's because we have more key 8 hints than anything else. Or maybe Aztec just has like 5 amazing path hints. Maybe Aztec is just the answer to all our prayers. We get to 60, you just have the mother load and you're good to go. Alright, Kilvereis like the forest option, so off we go. Okay, 3 crystals to make this work.
We do have 3 foolish Aztec hints. And in a way, we have a 4th because we know Blast doesn't lead to anything else. So, like, the Llama Temple's pretty much dead.
True.
Unless, like, a Slam is in there.
Yeah, unless a Slam.
Weird either or. And then Sax is in there or something.
Okay, well, let's... Oh no. Well,
I'm not actually guessing it's there, but, like, it could be all this either or crap.
It can't be Sax. Because that's the key 8, and Blast is not the key 8.
Oh, I did forget Tiny was a Helm Kong.
Yeah, are there any shared things that we're forgetting about? Like, the Monkey Port Sax shenanigans might get us to Cave's Tiny Metal, but you need both of them for Key 8. But you don't necessarily need either, because it's an either-or there to get our Cave's Tiny Metal. That's not going to help at all. And Cave's Tiny Metal is probably our Key 7, most likely. He hadn't got the top of the... Kilvereis hadn't gotten the top of the mushroom hint there. There's your garbage Rocket Barrel hint. Enjoy. I guess it tells you Rocket Barrel isn't your answer, so like, is Blueprint Pillar Splat? I think Kilvereis already got this guy, but he couldn't have anything.
Nah, it was nothing, I'm pretty sure.
Did we see the igloo hint? The igloo area hint? I don't think Kilvereis opted to go all that way. Maybe I'm making that up, but I don't think he went all the way to the igloo area, and I think Hoy is more likely to head that way. Maybe some bongo stuff. I mean, bongos is only the key 8 as far as we know, so maybe you can find something else here. If you do find something else here, it's probably cataclysmic, but you can imagine just pulling Gorilla Gon here out of nowhere. Maybe he's worried about donkey bananas anyway. That makes a lot of sense as well.
Yeah.
Dip into the cabins for a fair chunk. Cheeky little backflip over there for probably the worst hint you've read all day.
The rest of the hints have all been so nice.
Right? None of the hints were anywhere near as terrifying as that one. Just like, oops, rabbit race. Oh no. I don't care for that, I don't think. Nighttime, what are we thinking?
Honestly, those two hints both kind of are bad.
Ooh, dark rafters out of logic. Here we go. Now we're cooking. I don't think this one quite fits. We got spring for it, but we don't have guitar, and we know guitar is way of the horde to get the key on the winch. Oh wait, that's key 7, which means it's guitar that is... How on earth is that key 7? That is insane. That's definitely key 7 on the winch. There's no other option. We're out of keys. Which means it's guitar that's on the cave CBs. Probably. Because we've got Charge and Peanut already. Good lord. Nice little pop gun work to get through the dark rafters, no problem.
Love it.
The problem is this is dead then, right? This can't be anything if guitar is only to key 7. Like, that's just going to be GBs. I suppose maybe that's just all Kilvereis wants at this point. If he gets to 60, he'll dump immediately. Unfortunately, he has one blueprint that he can turn in. He has more, but they're for Kongs he doesn't have. Oh.
What's this?
Hello, Gorilla Gun. Cave
Kilvereis
Shops.
did not get that.
Yep, no he did not. That's in, Cranky. He did not go this way, which means it's possible the igloo area has a hint for some information we have not seen before. God, I bet Chunky is just in Aztec. That's just so
mean.
It's so quintessentially Season 3.5 that it's just how it is. Sometimes
Yeah,
it just be like
Kilvereis gonna get this.
Yep. He ran out of other options, basically. Not too much else to do. Didn't like his looks in Forest. Maybe he's following other leads that didn't really look like they were going to pan out, but... Knowing Forest, or knowing Cave's Tiny Metal is important, boy is going to swim the river. It ain't pretty, but it might help you later.
Go check this. It's likely not...
Best it could be is Monkey Port at this point. Could be Sax.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, either of those would be very good, but... Oh my god.
Oh.
Actually, wait, we don't know why Mini is on the path to Key 8. We still have to resolve
Not
it.
yet.
So it's actually...
It could just be diving, but yeah. We still need to figure that
Oh,
out.
that's true. Diving does throw a spanner in the works, doesn't it? But yeah, you can't ignore Mini until you like have a proper answer to Key 8 for sure. This is a great spot for Sax or Monkey Port, I suppose. You'd much rather see Sax here, but you wouldn't complain about Monkey Port. The reason you'd rather see Sax here is because Sax gives you a much cleaner path to Cave's Tiny Metal. Chunky can be found by Tiny and Castle. Thank God, we found the hint. Alright, but how does that help? What can you do with Tiny and Castle?
Okay, so that means whatever's on Rabbit Race has to be key 8 specific.
Right. Has to be. We need that grape shooter. For sure.
Which means barrels is the item in Lighthouse. Barrels is not your trombone. Or, barrel. Obviously, barrels is not your trombone. Lighthouse is not your trombone.
Right. Next you'll be telling me that mayonnaise isn't an instrument. That's crazy, man. Alright, well, grape is good, but it wasn't quite what you were maybe hoping to find at this moment. I don't even know what you're hoping to find. I guess you're just hoping to find Chunky. And we got some information here. Chunky can be found by Tiny and Castle. What do you do with that? Do we have Castle Tiny Metal yet?
I don't know if we have Castle Tiny Metal. We've checked Trash Can, I'm pretty sure.
It's not
it can't be Trash Can because it's not Mini.
Yeah, it's not Mini, it's not Feather. Okay, so what can you do with no requirements? I mean, given that it's unhinted as of yet, I think it pretty much just has to be Forest Tiny or Castle Tiny Metal. I don't think anything else makes sense.
I think it could be Across the Chasm.
Like, I'm not even like thinking about anything. Oh my god, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Oh my god.
Yeah, Metal Boss or Chasm.
Surely we've seen the Chasm. I wasn't paying that much attention, but Holy moly. I mean, if they had just climbed Castle to get Castle Tiny Metal, I would have done that. I win this race. I win these. Would you win these?
Yes, definitely.
Good answer. You're allowed to lie, so it's fine. I mean, you have the mic. You control all the information. It's all well and good. Exactly.
We knew where diving was before they even started.
True. I was aggressively questioning their decision to skip R&D, and we'll grill them later, but... Castle Tiny Metal, kind of looking like the cleanest answer of the bunch. Even still, you get tiny, you still run into more question marks. You get chunky, you get lanky, you still run into question marks really fast, right?
I mean, they do have, like, 3 shops they can go do. So they at least get a few more moves. There's Chunky, okay.
There it is, alright. Castle Tiny Metal. Golly. We're getting the Tiny Metal onslaught. Forest Tiny Metal, Caves Tiny Metal, Castle Tiny Metal, Japes Tiny Metal. Oops, all Tiny Metals. Oh, there's Monkey Port, that helps.
There's Monkey Port. So that officially puts it not in logic, but doable. Because you can do the twirl skip.
Yep, and that kind of tells me that you're about to go to Factory and buy Sprint or Trombone. Probably Sprint. Because we have Factory shops to Key 8, and it's looking like if that... We're running out of things required for Key 8 at this point. It's just sacks, I think.
It is just sacks.
The Seed could do the funniest thing of all time and put Toro on the rabbit race. That would be cataclysmic. Beyond measure. It would be very, very funny. But we'll live in a world where it's sacks in the rabbit race. Which means that anything remaining for Key 8 has to point us there. So Mini potentially points us to... Well, it got us Grapes, so that should be solved there.
Right.
The Factory shop pointed to Key 8. That's probably our Sprint, because Trombone would also be past the Lanky Care rule, which means we have effectively an unhinted Trombone as of yet.
Okay.
But hear me out. We have Gorilla Gun, we have Monkey Port, we have Vines. We don't have Key 7. Ah, poop. I was going to try and go into Helm and steal the Trombone hint, but...
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Tiny is first, too. You would also steal the Saxon at the same time and probably get told it's on the rabbit race.
I do think... Wait,
oh, here we go.
am I wrong?
Hoy is dumping to 60. He wants the Aztec info. He's going to get chunky here, but he wants the Aztec info. He's getting real aggressive with his dump. He is... holding 63 GBs, he's 1 blueprint short, or he's 1 GB short, but 3 of those blueprints he can't turn in yet, so he's stuck on 60 right now.
Yeah.
So he is probably going to be trying to rush his objectives as hard as possible. Okay, here we go. So we scooped up Lanky. We scooped up Sprint, correctly identified Sprint here. Yay. Go team.
So we have Grape, we have Sprint.
And now maybe you take Lanky back to Castle and see what you buy there? That could be Trombone.
Yeah.
Castle Candy, or Castle Funky Lanky could be your Trombone, and then you're good to go. That would get you your sacks on Rabbit Race, and then you take your sacks to go get Cave's Tiny Metal, you get your Key 7, and your seed is suddenly done. Oh my god, wait a minute.
Oh, Hoy just left without getting Monkey Port.
Ooh, that is going to hurt. He will have to go back to Castle anyway once he gets Lanky, probably. So you might be hedging to get Lanky first before worrying about the shops, but yeah, you could have gotten that immediately. However, there is one spanner in the works. Barrels. That's the big one. Because if that Barrels is punch locked, we have no idea where punch is. And if it's slam locked, we also have no idea where slam is. And we need one of the slams, or punch. We don't know which either. It is above water in the lighthouse area, and it's not Rocket Barrel.
Yeah, and I would think if punch doesn't lock both slams...
Not Rocket Barrel, and it's not diving. Yeah.
Alright, there's Trombone.
It is Trombone. That's excellent. That's great news. That solves a number of problems. Now you can go get your Key 7. And, I mean, you could go get your Trombone hint, or you could go get your Sax hint and confirm that it's on the Rabbit Race. Maybe it's not on the Rabbit Race? Maybe the Rabbit Race is skippable somehow by some miracle?
I'm trying to... So that was what I was trying to figure out.
I'm stupid. We don't have key 7 still. We can't get into Helm. Ah, stop that. Stop it, me. Stop trying to force Helm.
I'm trying to figure out if there is a world. Based on the hints, I feel like it might not be possible for Ponytail Twirl to be on the rabbit race. But I'm trying to piece it together. But I'm also trying to pay attention to the race.
It would certainly be surprising. We have the only thing we've seen from Twirl is Sniper, so we have pretty much no information here. Boy is trying his best at Lighthouse Underwater. I kind of hate that you didn't look at the on-guard door for the hint, but that might be the boss door. I'm not quite sure.
The boss door was behind Two-Door Ship.
Ooh, so that was definitely the hint then. That was definitely a hint. That's lanky locked. Because, like, imagine you pull a hint and it tells you where your slams are. That's, like, crazy good info right now. It's so good info that Kilvereis is going into Aztec pretty much entirely for hints. We have 3 foolish regions in this level and 3 non-significant ones. CBs, shops, and the 5-door temple. Those are 3, and the Llama temple is functionally foolish. This is just for hints, basically. You get, like, free checks to, like, maybe get to 64 and just read your hints in the meantime. He might not even shoot that. He might not even break down that dirt. He's not even gonna buy anything from the shops. Give me info. Alright, he went for the dirt. He wasn't that crazy. He's not picking up a single banana that isn't gold. So this is spring here. Oh, we found the bean. Okay, what?
Mills to 7? Excuse you?
What? What the hell is that? Where the hell is that? We knew that?
Oh, the key itself is in Mills.
That's the key. We're dumb. We're so dumb. We're throwing. Oh my god. I got brain blasted there. Good one. Good one, team. Thank you. Thank you.
What do you mean?
Thank you. We're good. The key is on the winch. The cave's metal is going to be guitar. Oh, is that a slam?
Oh.
Homing ammo by Beloved. You have chosen an excellent time to arrive. Alright, another hint. Castle Funky Lanky, that's trombone. No surprises.
Another hint.
Hive is foolish. That's not great info.
Oh, the key was on the metal. I was like, wait a second, we got a key in Hive. But it was on tiny metal, not.
Yep. You just have to basically always go that way. Come on. Cave Shops key 8.
That's gone.
That's Gorilla gone? Yep, that's not helpful. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
There's another hint that's a lanky locked in the lighthouse area. Maybe that's where Kilvereis is going. Actually, he might be going to get all his galleon hints. I'm not sure he got most of these.
Yeah, so interestingly, Kilvereis didn't do the mini in caves, so doesn't have rape.
Oh, that's going to hurt a lot, too, because that has not been hinted at all so far. The only information you have to go off of that is that Mini is Key 8 and unresolved. But Mini got you diving, so you might think, diving minigame in Helm, you're good to go. That's a pretty brutal check, actually. I think we're...
Yeah.
I was definitely sleeping on how critical that is for Hoy. I think that puts him in the driver's seat, because they're basically even on progression at this point, functionally. Hoy at 63 GBs, holding, essentially. 60 plus 3 blueprints, and Kilvereis is at functionally 64, so it's pretty much a wash there.
Yeah, Hoy doesn't have the Aztec hints, but like you don't actually get any great information there.
He's taking his grape probably to the owl tree area to see what he can pull there. Oasis and Totem area for 1 potion. We just got it. That's not it. That's the homing ammo.
We're missing 1 galleon hint. That's the on-guard door. 1 fungi hint. That is either
that's the owl tree
or okay. Well, it could be Beanstalk area.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be Horse Funky, you're right?
And then missing 2 caves hints.
Punch locked.
Yeah.
I think 2 of them are punch locked. I don't think we've seen the boss door. Maybe we did.
Caves hints are 1. I don't think we saw the boss door because there was an igloo hint and there was the 2 backflip hints. Yeah, so
we're only missing 1 cave. Am I stupid? Oh yeah, so Kilvereis is now getting all his caves info that he, or all his gallion info that he can get. Castle Underground Foolish? Oh man, this is brutal. What's weird though is that this doesn't feel like a situation where you should casino for 2 things, right? Because that's what Kilvereis is at right now. He's missing Grape, pretty much unhinted. Not quite unhinted, but the hint is really bad. And he's also missing, like, Sax or... Wait, am I... Sax, yeah, Sax. Oh no, this is Sax, isn't it?
This is Sax.
I'm just...
And then you can use this to get key 7.
Words are coming out of my mouth that don't make any sense. So then what is Hoy worried about?
Hoy's not worried about anything. I think Hoy's in no mode, basically.
It's barrels. Barrels is the problem.
Oh, right.
You have to turn up a slam somewhere, and you're digging for the slam hint at this point. Or
and
punch.
The slam hint is probably locked by punch.
Oh man, that sucks. If you get punched, do you go get the hints, or do you go check the do you go check the sick bay where it just might be? Oh, that's tragic.
All right.
In the meantime, you just follow this really ugly chain of events. Here's your Sax. Check the anthill while you're here. Nah. Nope. Okay, that's fine. This is Sax, and then you take Sax to go get... We need Sax for Helm, but it's also very helpful to do Cave's Tiny Metal for key.
Yeah.
Or no, for Guitar, and Guitar gets us the key in the mill, so we're good. Potions in the treasure chest? Nope.
And unfortunately, we don't have any good scouring hints either.
Oh! Well, our scouring hints serve as foolish hints at this point, right? Anything that points you away from potions is functionally good. So what's dead? 5-Door Temple's dead. Aztec CBs are dead. Aztec Shops are dead. Hive Tunnel is dead. Castle Underground is dead. R&D is dead. Outer Isles is dead. And Oasis and Totem Area is dead. That's a lot of Aztec that's dead. I bet there's a slam there.
I was going to say, there's going to be a slam in the Llama Temple, I'm telling you.
No, 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 no.
It's going to be blast locked.
Don't do him like that, man. Don't do him like that. Tiny's Igloo, mainly for CDs, I think. Here's 45. Yeah. Is this our guitar? Sure enough. He's leaving before doing the check, which is mental, but that's alright.
Well, to be fair, Hoy doesn't have the Aztec hints, so doesn't know that there's no useful information there.
Yeah, but he knows he's missing barrels. Like,
well, yeah, but he's probably banking on there being another Lanky K rule hint in Aztec, but there just isn't. Nothing will save you.
I feel like the cost to the time investment to do Tiny's Igloo for 2 checks is better than, like, if you ever had to go back there, it's awful.
Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
Probably. Maybe the EV is actually better to leave immediately because it's like 2 checks out of the whole game. So like the odds that your slam or your punch are exactly in Cave's Tiny Igloo is like horrendous, but I don't know. Whatever. Winch time. Hey buddy, you gotta turn it on first.
Shoot first. Yep.
That was slightly toxic. I gotta rein it in.
That's okay. Every time I do the winch, I go, I don't remember if I'm supposed to shoot or charge first, and I always shoot first.
This is just me lashing out because I forgot there was a key here.
The 2 of us were like, oh no, Mills!
What is the Mills doing here? Oh, it's because there's this giant shining object just chilling in a cage here. Silly me. Okay, so Kilvereis has smelled out Mini is a possibility and is homing down on Cave's mini checks. He'll get his Grape here and he'll be a happy camper.
Yeah, and honestly, he can do the metal if he twirl cuts. So...
Right, that's actually why Sax wasn't so big a deal as I thought it might be. The order of operations certainly helps because it's just so much easier to do. You don't have to do the silly little twirl cut. And if you know Sax is coming and it's for key 7, then what's the rush, right? Like, Kilvereis probably pretty well has Sax pinned down on the rabbit race, so like, what's the rush in doing the metal right now? It's not going to help you get your barrel throwing. Well, shoot, you could just go do the rabbit race immediately, I suppose. Get your Sax, then come back and get the metal. Make life easy.
Yeah.
So we can beat Helm now, so I mean, why not? We just have to think about where barrel throwing is.
I think you do Helm, check the rooms as you're going through, because it's effectively 7 quick checks.
There could be a slam in Helm. That's true. That is a possibility, I suppose. You can't have punch there, but you could have a slam.
Right.
2% right now would be disastrous. I think it's just what the doctor ordered, I'm afraid. Let's see what happens. You get the triangle hint? Yeah, you're there. You probably should. I mean, it's free real estate, right? Why can't we have punch there? Because if we had punch there, it wouldn't be your answer. Because if punch were there and it was in the sick bay, then everything that got you into Helm would be on the path to lanky K roll as well. So punch could be there, and maybe it isn't the answer in the sense that it gets you more hints, but it would kill the sick bay, which means you would have to find the slam. It would be a good find anyway, I suppose, because
it'd be good to get the extra hint.
Right, the information would be excellent, but you know, I might have a look at that Kasplat there, Chief. Just a suggestion. Surely he didn't like forget that lanky K roll is a thing, right? Right?
I mean, you only got like 2 hints for it.
Oh no.
So maybe you do.
They're not like sandbagging barrels, are they? They just like know where it is this whole time. That'd be hype. Anyway, clear vials are the name of the game. Shout out to the Nintendo coin. We found the Nintendo coin, the railroad coin, and the bean. That's tight.
And no slams.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Insane hint read during the rabbit race. I love that. That's kind of crazy. And it's zooming. Sorry, Beetle Rabbit Race. It's the same guy. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, diving to key 8.
Oh.
This game is...
Oh.
Welcome to bonus stage.
I guess Pineapple locks another... No, because the last TNS... We haven't seen the Forest TNS, so that means there has to be the TNS in the worm area. I think we're not worried about that.
Can we officially get the region name updated to be the worm area instead of center and beanstalk?
Well, the problem is it's like... I mean, it was the worm area for a while. It's just that the center is so small, it made sense to group together. Like a region balancing thing.
This is worm erasure.
Alright, so fear not, Kilvereis fans. Hoy is beating Helm, but we are not in go mode at all. Because we need barrel throwing for a lanky K roll, and we have no earthly idea where it is. None at all. None whatsoever. Okay, I made that up. We have a pretty good idea where barrel throwing is. Barrel throwing is in the lighthouse area, either in the sick bay or in the lighthouse itself. One small problem. We have neither punch nor the requisite slam to get into the lighthouse. So, we are out of luck. Kilvereis being behind on picking up his grape has led to a bit of a gap, though. If Hoy can find punch or a slam early, punch would almost be as good because it probably gets you the slam hint. Probably, not a guarantee.
Yeah, punch or pineapple. Wait, no. We know that's the TNS, never mind.
Pretty sure it's the TNS. I don't exactly remember. I mean, Kilvereis is actually doing Tiny Ziggler for 2 checks. I love it. You check the ferry, man. God. Don't just check 1 and then leave. Alright, there you go. See ya. That's enough. So, on-guard arena. Does he do a full lap? Is he a gamer? There you go. Star that everyone forgets about right up here. Bang. You do that, you're done like 1 star sooner. Huge.
Perfect. Alright, now you gotta check the other Helm rooms.
The issue with the slams is that we don't know where either of them are. It's possible that one slam locks the other and it makes the first slam hintable, but it's significantly more likely that neither slam locks the other And that would lead to an either or. You could get either slam to solve your seed. Hoy is flying through here, not even looking at other Helm rooms when there's a non-zero chance that a slam is in here and you never want to come back here ever again. Especially because it's not even that far, like, not that long a trip. Maybe he just, like, knows there's one in the back of Helm because he's just got, like, ESP or something. That'd be tight. Not that ESP would help you read a machine, but, you know. I'll take our key 8.
Alright. Hoy officially in the casino. Still hasn't read the Aztec hints, so that's what's gonna occupy him for the next couple minutes.
There we go, and that gives Kilvereis time to do Helm, I guess. I think Helm is slower than this, but
yeah.
There's easy checks to be done here as well. Could be... The ugly thing about either ors is everything is fair game, because you don't know where one slam is. You'll never know where the second slam is. For all we know, this
not foolish or a 0 scouring.
Yeah, for all we know, this metal or this slam could be on like Jape's Diddy metal or something trivial that you just are never gonna go back for. But your other slam could be like Rocket Barrel locked, and even though Rocket Barrel is only hinted to Diddy K rule, maybe it's just like a splat on top of Tiny Temple as your answer. Maybe. But you can't really hedge against that right now. In fact, I think Hoy has the information that there's only one potion in the Oasis and Totem area, so he knows it's not... Well, he knows there's something here, but he will be disappointed when he runs into the crate. Maybe that hint is...
Buying the bean?
Oh my god, he bought the bean. A man of the people.
Buying a foolish check.
This guy knows how to manipulate his luck. This is, make no mistake, this is a quantum purchase. If he did not buy this bean, he would not find the slam. That's how it is. He's manipulating the timeline. Kilvereis, meanwhile, moved so fast through Aztec shops. I don't even know if he saw the bean. For what it's worth, the bean is in a foolish region, so it's not gonna, nothing's gonna be on the top of the beanstalk, but oh well.
That's a funky lanky, that doesn't help.
Garbage hint. Trombone. Yeah, we need trombone, that's for sure. We're looking for barrels, though. You know a guy? Not helpful. Just pile of garbage. Someone explain what randomizer game mode is. How much time do you have? Come on down to DK64 Randomizer.com and you will just shuffle everything around these seeds. They're doing all sorts of wacky stuff. Bonus barrels and new locations, GBs in weird spots. We're looking for our Super Simian Slam, which is somewhere in the world. Frankie's not selling it to us, that cheapskate.
I will say there's an excellent DK64 Randomizer explanation video on the DK64 Speedruns YouTube channel.
Ooh.
It's like a 3-minute fast-paced explanation of what the randomizer is. It is well put together.
It packs a mountain of information in 3 minutes. That's unbelievable. And infinite information. Like, there's just an infinite amount of shuffles in this game. It's crazy. Yeah, we're kind of in a situation where our hints are out the window, because if the slam is the answer, everything's fair game, except for, like, Foolish Regions, basically. Because Foolish Regions have no potions. No non-junk potions. Oh, that's very funny. He just got Oasis and Totem Area hinted there, which means now he goes back to Aztec to find his homing ammo. God, homing ammo has a sense of humor, doesn't it? That's a little painful, because he's going to do a bunch of other garbage checks.
Oh, yeah.
How is it that we have all these useful things that... We have almost everything except the stuff we need? Why does that keep happening, man? Why are you the way that you are, Seed? That llama have something? I don't think so.
No.
If he had anything, it would be literal junk, because we know where the useful potion in this area is. Don't raise the towers first. Pop the crate. Save yourself some time.
Boom.
He definitely thought that was a slam.
I felt that pain.
That was that was a double take and a half. So the cave's hint is punch locked, and I think we have every other hint. Are you telling me the one hint in the game we can't read is the slam hint?
That's so bad.
The hints are guaranteed to roll. If you do not start with blue slam, you are guaranteed to get a hint that tells you what levels your slams are in. But in this instance, it's punch locked, which happens to be the one other move we might be looking for. So we are just actually looking blindly for one of three things.
And every scouring hint is already solved.
This is artfully mean. Like, this is mean in the... This is like artisan crafted deviousness.
Pineapple locks the Trophenscoff, not a hint door.
Right. That's where the TNS is in Forest, so... There you go. This really is a classic Slam Casino. I remember the last time I was in a Slam Casino in a bracket. I wasn't in a casino because I randomly pulled it out of the 5-door temple. Good times.
Well, it's not in the 5-door temple this time.
It is not in the 5-door temple this time.
But we are checking anyways.
Sir, it's foolish. Stop. Cease. You cannot find potions in foolish regions. Nor can you find... There's actually nothing in here because, like, there's DK bananas in here, which there aren't. Alright, thank you, Cop. It is not there. Don't come back.
Alright. I'm now thinking of a new randomizer game mode where every enemy in foolish regions is a cop. Sir, you're not allowed to be here.
That's actually weirdly doable, which is really funny.
Oh, man.
Pearl number 2, perhaps? Nope. Nope. And now this is the fun part. They both pick Aztec to scour, which is good for Hoy, because he's ahead of Kilvereis in terms of plowing through Aztec. Oh, here we go. Look at this check. Oh, it's red slam, by the way. You're not doing that, that's for sure. Yep, nope. Try again.
Love it.
You want to try, like, the mini monkey check, maybe? You want to spend some time there? How about Aztec lobby for a GB on the bonus barrel?
Oh, man.
Can we get Connor on the line? Where is it?
I know.
Come on.
Did anyone check Cave's Diddy medal yet?
Oh, Cave's Diddy medal. No, we're insane. It's on a tiny medal. Like, it has to be, right?
Oh,
we've had Jape's tiny medal be important. We've had Forest tiny medal be important. We've had Cave's tiny medal be important. We've had Castle tiny medal be important. Aztec tiny medal is dead. I think we've seen Factory tiny medal, which means it simply must be on Gallion tiny medal. There's just no other
Gallion
option.
tiny medal, I think, is the answer, yeah.
There's simply no other option at this point. Hey, Kilvereis, you do not need to pick up CBs, they're foolish. Foolish is, like, really, like, hard foolish. Do not pick stuff up. Like, it is absolutely not worth your time. There's literally nothing useful. Very, very deliberately crafted to be garbage or regions. Nothing useful in there. Trying to work his way around that torch to get a peek into that room. Honestly, who cares? If you end up casinoing for triangle, you're probably just going to be even more miserable, so...
I mean, at least you can get the micro hint for triangle.
Yeah, I suppose that might be useful. But, like, fat load of good is going to do you. Maybe it gives you somewhere better to look, but more often than not, you're going to run into a bonus barrel with a potion on it. You're going to just, like, hope it's a slam, and nah, it's triangle. Womp womp. That check is logically pineapple lock, too. That's true, but... Look, you can throw logic out the window at this point. Just put the slam in the bag, alright? What are we doing here? I believe we have seen Factory Diddy medal already from Kilvereis on his quest for diving, I believe. So I don't think this is new information.
Yeah, we did see all this.
Is Cave's Beetle Race dead? Nope.
No.
Very little is dead. That's... Anything that isn't in a foolish region is almost certainly alive at this point, due to the nature of slams. Because the other slam could just be super accessible, and we just happen to be missing random factory metal. Factory tiny metal, why not? I've seen it already in mine. Factory lanky metal, perhaps. We've seen the potion in R&D, so you don't have to like do any R&D checks.
You know, in a seed of bad metals, factory lanky metal would make sense.
Factory lanky metal is kind of a stinker. It's not that bad if you climb production and have grape. It's a low-key stinker. Potion? Oh. Hoy, what are you doing? Oh, he's trying his way up the frame. I think. Can you get this flip? This is a hard flip. You might just have to concede and go back. Meanwhile, Kilvereis is trying his luck in the Aztec llama temple, which is interesting. Yeah, you're taking the warp, buddy. Enjoy the dirt. Enjoy trying to grab on vines that are like 1 pixel wide.
This is one of those jumps like the one halfway up the mushroom that I just avoid the vines. I just always do it the cheating way.
You can kick with DK into the barrel as well, yeah. And the roller drops to the ground too, so you don't even have to worry about that. Wow, this is
diving.
I mean, why not? Just put the slam in the bag, alright? If this is punch, it guarantees a slam casino. Because
but at least get the slam location.
You would get the slam location, which is a mercy, but... Alright, nice little peek into Lanky's cage there. I think there's nothing there. Now, it's worth noting, even if this is a slam for Hoy, Kilvereis could randomly find the other slam out of absolutely nowhere. So, like, he's not necessarily dead in the water here, but is this a slam? It's pineapple! Oh my god, why? oh my... It was green too, man! That's messed up! Come on, that doesn't help at all. Like, yeah, you get into the outro area, but, like, what are you gonna do there? Nothing. I mean, I guess Forest Funky is, like, a shop, so, like, maybe there's something good there, but... It's a sizable region. Alright, unfortunately, Kilvereis, you are not gonna find a slam back here because it's red slam lock, but... I guess it could have been on, like, a spot. Oh my god. Pineapple, what are you doing here, man? Go away. We don't need you right now. Come on, big dog. Oh, speaking of stinker metals, let's just hit all the greatest hits here. Aztec lanky metal. Climb some trees. Now, if you want to be, like, crazy, you could just, like, start chasing pineapple checks and hope that that's your answer. Oh, Aztec CBs are dead, too, so Kilvereis is... Alright, they're losing it. They're both crumbling.
Sometimes you're in a
green! Oh! That's green! Is this triangle or punch? This is a 50-50, you get the slam hint, or it could just be on the sick bay, and this is unhinted. If this is punch, this is huge.
This is Sphere 0.
If this is triangle, it's really funny. Please! Oh, no!
Oh my god!
We thought we'd escaped. We thought we'd escaped the seed. We thought we would receive the primate punch of destiny that would give us the information requisite to beat the seed. Instead, we were violently thrust back into Frantic Factory. Back into hell. Yeah, at this point, all the chunky moves must be in Factory, right? So let's just keep digging. Why not? Why not? Factory Chunky Metal. Perfect. I love this. It just put punch on Factory Chunky Metal. Why not? Need a 5-er? Warp 2. Nice and easy. Thank you very much. Or Warp 1. Alright, nice try. Nope. We are neglecting the elephant in the room that is Gallion Tiny Metal, which... the people know. The people just know. Alright? The people know. Alright, again, we know R&D has 1 potion, and we found it on diving on the car race, so Piano Game definitely doesn't have anything. So yeah, they are both crumbling. They're both doing things in foolish regions. That's... Oh, wait, he actually might just be getting the lanky balloon here. Never mind, I put words into Hoy's mouth. He is better.
Yep.
You have proven me wrong, and it is I who is the fool. I will instead return to dunking on your opponent. What are you doing, man? What are we
Also
doing?
foolish.
Come on. Not also. He's better.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, he's better. If Slam went unhindered, this is completely absurd. Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. Because then you'd have an unhinted punch and an unhinted grape, functionally, or a really poorly hinted grape. Because diving is, like, Mini Monkey to... There's no way.
There's actually zero chance. Oh my god!
No!
It's running out of potions.
Come on, man! What's next? Ammo belt 2? Oranges?
It's running out of potions that look like they could be the right one.
Oh my god, how could he do that?
Beanstalk area, love it.
Why not? Why not? If you wanna get aggressive with your pineapple, you think you have pineapple, your opponent doesn't, which is pretty likely. Well, moderately likely. There you go. Alright, again, because CVs are foolish, this boss that Kilvereis is checking definitely doesn't have anything, so... You might want to, like, talk to this guy. Oh, well, okay, he's not gonna have barrel, so...
Yeah.
If he had your slam, you'd probably just go cry. Not there. We know the bean's dead, so it's not on the beanstalk. Don't need to worry about it. Yeah, Desperation boss checks are hype as hell. It ain't there. We know the TNS is the
minecart
door in the Altree area. Chunky minecart is actually a crazy pull because this is a classic. Has no requirements, but is very has no requirements, is easily accessible, and also very easy to miss if you just don't have Chunky on your first visit.
Mm-hmm. Golden banana.
Womp. No dice. Alright, at least Kilvereis didn't get, like, a clear vial on the Aztec boss, because that would have had to have been Ammo Belt 2. That would have been cataclysmic, beyond measure. Do they have one pearl? Yes, but Mermaid's dead. Doesn't matter. Kilvereis has picked caves to go to next. I kind of like it. It's unconventional, and I kind of think that's not a bad look when you're in an unconventional mess. If you think you're behind, just pick something off the wall insane that your opponent wouldn't do, and well, if you find something, you probably win. If you don't find something, you probably lose. But that's not news. Reminder that they've both done Helm. As soon as the slam turns up, the seat is instantly done. They just grab their barrel throwing and go beat the bosses. I don't know which K-roll phase is first, like if they could like pre-complete some phases ahead of time. It saves your progress. That'd be kind of funny.
I think Lanky was last, if I remember the wall correctly.
I don't remember looking at the wall, but our path hints are not helpful on which was first. We have no order there. Yeah, they're choosing different levels to clear, which is, you know, a blessing and a curse.
It's good for us.
It's good for us. We get out of here faster. And on top of that, they could the funny thing is that they could both be right. They could both just stumble across independent slams, which would just go gangbusters. Or even funnier, one of them finds punch and that just like turns everything around. They check all the Helm medals? No, it could be in Helm too.
Yeah.
You could put a slam in Helm and it would be plausible. In fact, if they get punch and get a hint that slam is in Helm, they will run there immediately. Like, don't even think twice. Just go now. Both slam. Holy moly! If both. Well, okay, no. Both slams won't be in Helm because then everything on the path to get into Helm would be on the path to Lanky K roll. Because you would have to get into Helm in order to beat Lanky Phase, no matter what, regardless of which instrument it was, or regardless of which Helm room it was in. And Vines was solo key 8, so at most there could be one slam up there.
I was about to say, I'm like, wait a minute. Gone and Port were both in Way of the Horde shops, not in Path shops.
Gorilla Gone was Path to Key 8.
It was? Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Cave shops, Path to Key 8, we're good there. Alright, Hoy is finally coming back for that anthill I quietly alluded to when he bailed. One of them bailed immediately, and I was like, maybe you should check the anthill, but they didn't, so... Time to see if I won the race again. Okay, upper cabin is wild. If we're getting the upper cabin looked at... Oh, brother.
Nice.
What if the game didn't put slams in this seed? Well, I would have a lot to explain then. That would probably ruin my day, if anyone's... And you gotta do upper cabin anyway to check the ferry, so here we go. Ah, nice, you don't have to worry about tiny bananas as you run around the anthill. Oh, I wonder where that is. I'm sure there's a story behind this forest tiny metal that was like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah. Involves slamming the water.
Oh, brother. We got a poll here. Who will find slam first? Who do you believe in? The guy with 69 GBs or the guy with 69 GBs? Well, he's got 70 now. Oh no.
The guy with 70.
I can't believe it. Can't believe you've done this. Perhaps the anthill has our answer. Cute little look up to see what flies in. GB. Or blueprint. Blueprint GB, whatever. Get out of here. So a 2-move advantage for Hoy in Pineapple and Triangle, but not really much in practice because they aren't a lot useful. Check Legends, maybe? That would have been insane again, but I think I'm running out of ways to describe things as insane because like I'm just overusing the word at this point. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Everything is insane, so like nothing is insane, right?
Yeah, because either a slam is going to turn up in a sphere 0 and it's insane because like they could have gotten that hours ago, or it's going to be like on the most locked thing in the world and it's like, you know, why was that not hinted?
Please hold. Refreshing.
Going into Ice Castle, the tomato says golden banana. He says no.
We're back. No dice.
Right.
Do we ever do O-stand checks? I mean, for one thing, we didn't get lanky for a while. Like an hour in. So, nope. I love the beetle race check.
Yep. Because this is one of those, it would be insane if it was here. Not today.
Wow, okay, rigging the poll with channel points, that's hype. No names, but Umed, you know who you are. Oh, brother, just look at the pineapple cage, man. Look at the pineapple cage and freak out. Just, just freak out, man. Just lose it. Jetpack dead? Jetpack is dead.
You know, I don't hate gallion. There's a tiny metal here.
Gallion tiny metal? I mean, four tiny metals have hit this seed, so like, what are the odds that a 5th tiny metal hits our seed?
50-50. Either happens or it doesn't.
That's true. God, that's so true. What about arcade? We would need grab first, but it's a possibility, I suppose. It's not out of the question. Seems like the kind of place you put one slam. Oh, this would be hype. The seal race. Here we go. In the lighthouse area, but not a part of the lighthouse area.
All we need is mechfish. Check right after.
Holy moly. Now we're cooking. Let's do the mechfish, boys. The mechfish agenda is real. We did indeed have a look at Checo Legends. It ain't there. Has like a rainbow coin or something. Forget about it. Forget about it. Lowering the water. I think Kilvereis is going to have a look at the 5-door ship next. Oh, he doesn't even want to do the mechfish. You absolute coward.
I mean, you got to do it before you leave.
Well, maybe he might be prioritizing the CL race. Just like, I just did this, I should look at this immediately. Which kind of makes sense.
I mean...
It's like living in the best possible worlds, right? Map O death machine. No dice.
I had a fairy on that before, and I had no idea what the text said, so I just did it. It was text I just didn't recognize.
Something weird. Must be doable.
Exactly.
Has he looked at this display yet? Has Kilvereis looked at this display on the
No.
campus? I swear to God, if he drops a blueprint, I'm gonna scream. Brother, it could have been here this whole time. He's not even gonna look. He's not even gonna look. This guy's a maniac. This guy's an absolute maniac.
Do it and just does this part backward from us. I don't know.
I don't even know what's real. Did he not open DKs? I don't think he opened DKs. Or maybe he did it earlier. Maybe I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, assume he did it earlier and check the spot at the same time. Alright? Let's go. Did he minecart? Here we go. Hoyetly had enough of force, so he's on his way to Japes to find nothing on Diddy Minecart. You 100% did it earlier? Alright, we're good.
Oh, when he got the hint. Gotcha.
Ah, true. Gallion Tiny Metal. Here we go. Now we're cooking.
Not the 5-door ship. Or not this one, I should say.
Gotta do the painting room anyway, because it's got a fairy behind it. What on earth happened here? Well, can I interest you in a slam casino? A true slam casino? You don't even have the hint, because the hint is most amusingly locked by punch, which we also don't have.
And is not required to beat the seed. Well, presumably not required.
We got a potion.
It actually could be punch.
We got a potion in Diddy's 5-door ship. We got a potion.
Okay.
Lock in. We're going to Diddy's room next. Go. We're running out of bait potions. This is ammo belt 2. Punch. 1 of 2 slams. Twirl. Grab.
Oranges.
It's not barrels. So that is 2 out of 7, I think. Those are outstanding odds at this point.
3 out of 7 to at least be useful.
True. If it is punch, punch is helpful because punch would point you in the right direction. Punch would point you to the right levels pretty quickly. You would know, like, okay, which level do I want to clear of the 2 options listed? Maybe there's only 1 option listed, and that might be why we're in this mess. Maybe they're both in castle and just the seed hates us. All right, come on. What do we got? Oh, we got a slam. Japes lanky metal for Hoy. He found a slam. And it was Twirl in the 5-door ship. Disaster.
No.
All right, gamers. There is a world. It's 2 out of 3 to be in the lighthouse. Probably higher, just probabilistically because punch wasn't hinted. But Japes lanky metal. Oh my god. Ugh, that is grisly.
Also, it's no longer relevant, but Twirl being guitar locked just completely destroys the logic for that metal, the cave's metal.
Oh my god.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh jeez. Where did we get pineapple again? Pineapple was
it was free in factory.
It wasn't. Oh no, it was the diving bonus barrel. So pineapple did end up being mini locked. Interesting. Good to know. That explains the key 2 path.
Yeah.
Oh, potion! It's punch! Oh! Oh, that is diabolical. That is absolutely diabolical.
Actually, no way.
Oh, no. There was never any hope. Punch was never on the way. You were never getting the hint. You just had to find a barrel. You just had to find the slam natty.
Oh my. Wow.
Well, that's painful. Now, is it even in here? It's not even in here.
Okay, so now you check the ship. just in case.
Well, yeah, you have to. It has to be on the ship now. There's no other option. We've run out of lighthouse area checks. Or no, it could be any punch check now.
It could be any punch check.
Oh my god. Are you
this
kidding
is so
me?
bad.
Oh, this is like the worst of all worlds. We thought we were looking for punch and we were right, but for the wrong reasons.
Not there.
That punch location is diabolical. I mean, I can't believe that. That's like the worst of all possible worlds. Kilvereis still has to find a slam before he enters phase 2 of the casino. Phase 2 should be much faster, fortunately. We know it's a slam. We know it's a punch check. Guaranteed. Yeah. It's 100% a punch check. Because even if it's the sick bay, it's still a punch check.
We know it's punch. It can't be red slam because nothing in Aztec is punch.
I think
it also like eliminates a lot of things. Like it can't be things like Spider Boss because of Feather and Mini not being path. So like you can eliminate some stuff that way.
Not a lot, but yeah, some. Like Factory Darkroom looks pretty good, but Factory in general looks pretty good. It's just a ton of punch things.
Yeah,
Factory it could be
lobby,
like caves.
It could be here.
It could be here if he didn't buffer right now.
It was there.
It was there. All right, let's go. We got barrel throwing. What a horrendous time for my internet to decide to, not give it to me. That's anticlimactic, but oh my god. Oh my god.
Obscene.
That is evil. Absolutely evil. Might be one of the most antagonistically placed punches I've ever seen. It locks your slam hint and is slam locked. That's just... Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's just... Oh. So what was the whole path? Well, we know of one slam on Jape's Lanky Metal. What does Jape's Lanky Metal require? Probably a whole bunch of garbage.
You start with O stand, and then... Grape is... mini locked.
You got Coconut pretty easily.
Coconut was right away.
Grape, yeah, grape or Coconut is enough to. Oh, no, wait, no, it's not.
And Peanut was also
Peanut was in a shot.
Pretty free.
Yeah. So between Coconut, Grape, and Peanut.
But Lanky was your last Kong.
Yep. After a very, very efficient early clear of Japes, which gave you no reason to go back ever.
Also, I would just like to revisit a point from the intro here where I mentioned that Hoy's had some rough seeds. So a typical 3.5 seed, anywhere from like an hour 40 to an hour 50, somewhere in that range is like standard. You know, something like 130s is pretty good. Hoy's 2 seeds so far have been round 1 a 232 and round 2 a 156, and this one is very close to round 2's time. So Hoy has had a time in this blitz.
He's got experience looking for garbage things in garbage places. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. It's at least sub 2. I mean, that's something.
That's something.
A low bar to clear, but here we are. Oh no, Kilvereis is going back to Helm. If there's a slam in Helm, by the way, I'm going to be so mad. They could have saved us a lot of grief if they had checked Helm.
We would have won.
We would have won. We would have won. Like 3 times over. Definitely wasn't going to get Jape's Lanky Metal anytime soon, though, so. I'm beefed.
Yeah, I feel like in a casino, I alternate between either doing the levels in order, like Factory, then Forest, then Japes, or doing them in vanilla order. So I may have gone to Japes first. Depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Helm Chunky Metal might be the funnest location to go to slam. That would be pretty evil. I do not know where our other slam is. Given the slam we did see doesn't have like any requirements as far as we can tell, it would have nothing on the path to it. No shot.
There's no universe.
There's a clear... You're telling me they could have looked through Helm and seen that and didn't? I'm gonna have words with Hoy when he finishes. I'm gonna be like, brother, what are you doing? They could have seen a clear vial and had the triangle hint on something you can definitely do. You know it's not an R&D, so it's like 100% doable. Well, okay, maybe 100% doable. Whatever. That's time. Kilvereis with a frame 1 forfeit.
GG.
Very respectable. Boy finishes with a time of 1:56.28. This seed was trash. But it could have been better, maybe, if that potion in Helm is what we think it is. Alright, let's go see if we can grab our Victor, grab Hoy, and see what he's got to say. We'll pull him in and we'll tell him to check that. Alright, let's have a look. It is hello. Welcome to the Victor Circle. You have claimed first place in our latest and greatest Slam Casino. You are muted. You might have us muted. That's hype.
I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright. Congratulations, you have won. Please check Helm for your punishment.
This seed did so much mental damage.
Yep, I think it's about to do some more. Let's cut to the feed so that people can see what is on Helm Chunky Metal.
I never peeked this.
No, you did not. And if this is a slam, we're gonna be mad. All right, we're gonna have some words. We're rolling through Helm and we're like, well, we don't have a slam, but like maybe it's just in Helm. Maybe we could see it. Maybe they'll get the triangle hint just to like have a little bit of extra knowledge or something. Maybe scoop that up on their way around the world.
And neither of you did.
Nope. That's
Oh my god.
that is
Whoops.
wow. That is a
The
diabolical.
worst
Well, the problem is you both did this. You both did this. So Kilvereis is not free of blame here either. So like, wow, what a.
Oh man, that's nasty.
fantastic.
So then there was only
This
one.
triangle is also just wherever. I think it was prod, right?
It was
Yeah.
it was in prod.
No.
Chunky production. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Funky prod.
Yeah, and we were like, oh yes, this is punch. Let's go. Nope, not punch.
I just want to say, where's my slam hint?
Your slam hint
Is
is
it punch locked?
It is punch locked. That was the last hint you had. It had to be punch locked, and your punch was
That's what I
slam
was
locked,
like.
which is just, oh my god.
That's just so mean.
It wasn't hard locked by your slams because, well,
Yeah, because of the triangle.
It definitely was. Yeah, you could have gotten your triangle and then gotten a slam in Helm and figured it out, or you could have just gone around the world and find your slam on Jeep's Lanky Metal. I wonder if this is the kind of seed where it would be easier if you had a race lobby full of people finishing and you'd be like, wait a minute. It would maybe convince you to like pause and take a minute to look through Helm and be like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. A lesson for another day.
Oh, not this one.
What is our... Well, we know what our slam hit is going to say. You're looking for some slam strength. Looking at Japes or Helm.
I just want to see the words.
Yin or yang. Absolutely diabolical. I cannot think of a more antagonistically placed punch. All of my other worries about the seed have just gone up in smoke because that punch was so... It just broke my brain.
That's awful. And the worst part is you're also thinking, okay, if I also find punch, maybe it's on the ship.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like you're like, it could be not patented because it's casino for slam, or I'm just missing a patent with punch, or something. Who knows?
And then you find both other green vials that you were missing.
Dude, that killed
Yeah,
me. I was
that
like,
was
yes.
destructive.
That was the thing, is you're looking for a green or a clear vial. You go through factory, you see a green vial, pineapple. You see another green vial, triangle. You then go back to aisles, you see a clear vial in the pineapple cage, third melon. Like, it was
It hurt on so many
absolutely
levels.
awful.
I will say though, I will say one thing. Kilvereis is such a very good runner. I kind of needed this. I can imagine that he was far ahead of me by the time we reached the 64 GB mark, because against him, you got to play perfect.
At 64 GBs, yes, but not progression-wise, because there was another diabolical piece of news, which was that Grape was basically unhinted.
Yeah, that I did love finding. I was like,
that was really
yes.
good.
Yeah, that was so. Kilvereis had basically pulled ahead at the very start by getting Tiny's medal in Forest by slamming the water to grab a single CB out of the river.
I thought about that, but I was like,
Yeah.
For one thing, it basically led you straight to diving, which is like kind of good.
Yeah.
In the end, Kilvereis kind of got bottlenecked on what to do next and eventually found his way to get diving, but it definitely took him significantly longer to find diving because he got that key 2 out of logic. And that slowed him down some. I think he still generally maintained the lead, but it was much closer after that.
Yeah, he's super fast, so
Very, very quick. I mean, you were both so fast you ran through Helm without peeking it.
There's just so much stuff to still do and everywhere. It's like it could be on forest shops. I had so many hints. I never went through Aztec yet, so I was like, okay, maybe it's on one of the Aztec hints, and I would waste my time looking through Helm.
Yeah, that was our thought too. Is like we knew at that time that the Aztec hints didn't have anything useful, but you didn't know it, so it kind of made sense.
It definitely made sense. I mean, it added a couple more foolish hints to your tracker, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't too wild, but yeah. Info is info. You can't be sleeping on that.
Every single one of my seeds and races this bracket has been awful. Can I get an easy one, please? Hello, Sarah?
Don't ask Sarah.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, you sure you want to ask for that?
Sarah? Hello?
Careful what you wish for, buddy. You just might get it.
Ugh.
One more to go, though. Just the one. You just need the one seed for the finals. You're moving on.
I need a nap.
You survived in advance. Yeah, me too. Me too, man. Me too. You're giving me headaches. Oh, God, the slams are just absolute cinema. Holy moly. Oh. What more can we say about the seed? I mean...
Honestly, it was very straightforward other than Grape and Slam. That's it.
Key 2 is definitely a little unhinged. Just a little unhinged. But yeah, everything else kind of fell into place. By and large. It was a very cheeky key 7, but...
Yeah, key 2, there wasn't that much to do, right? You're sort of bottlenecked into getting diving, so it's like... you kind of just do everything in the first 2 levels.
I suppose it was more interesting if you did that logic, but yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely crazy.
That's true.
Got to keep that in mind when you have exactly 44 CVs available, which is
I
pretty
was
odd.
like, did I miss one in the tunnel? No, I didn't. I didn't miss one.
The 5th one in the tunnel is behind Pineapple, yeah. That's why it's 44 logically available, is because the 5th one is Pineapple locked. Like, at that point, you needed one of, like, Pineapple, Diving, Grape. I think that's it. I think one of those 3 would get you out of the mess, and you were missing Kong for 2 of them. So it had to either be like another key. We were thinking like it's either like diving or key 5 on the tiny car on the factory car race, because you also both skipped that in R&D on your first trip, and I was like, I wonder if that's gonna bite them in the butt. Well, I love being able to have smug hindsight like I knew all along. It's great. Not that I would have ever picked out Jape's Lanky Metal. I'm dead there for sure.
Yeah,
no,
it's so much easier
Gallion
watching
Tiny.
the stream. So much. It's like, why didn't they just do that? Don't they know?
You absolute fools. It's fine. It makes for television. Absolutely. It makes for cinema.
Does.
Exactly.
And I bought the bean. That's why I won.
I mean, I saying as much. You bought the bean, and that put you in the timeline where you won this seed. It changed. It diverted the timeline right there. Averted disaster. Would recommend.
Well, that's all my thoughts on this seed.
Nevertheless, we are indeed Dunzo. Let's get out of here. We have our weekly rolling right now. Who do we want to raid out of our weekly? If you want to play that weekly, you should probably abandon ship now.
Closing the stream.
Get out of here. Hang on, let me check something. Sorry, buffering. Mentally buffering. Alright. We're gonna send y'all off. Send y'all off to Cam today. He is in the other semi-final of the Blitz tourney, so you may see him in the finals. That match will be happening tomorrow. Keep an eye on the DK64 category, but for everything else, keep an eye on discord.dk64 Randomizer to see when the finals will get scheduled. Probably like Sunday-ish, if I were to guess. Maybe. We'll see. Blitz tourneys. Woo, it goes fast. Make sure you lock in on that. Make sure you're following this channel. We may have that. Probably. We'll see. It's always a little bit weird when it's on the fly. So we'll keep an eye on this channel for the DK64 Challenge Series. That is definitely tomorrow, so that'll be hype. Make sure you keep an eye on this channel for all sorts of wacky DK64 action. Make sure you're checking out our YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you're pretty cool. No, you are cool. Not pretty cool. Definitely cool. We all know that. You're so cool, you're going to like, comment, subscribe right now. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hoy, well done, GG. First place. Congratulations. Moving on to the finals.
Thank you so much.
Head up.
Oh my god.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
I've been LaRock on the mic for you. Hope you enjoyed that one. We'll catch you in the next one. Morning.
Morning.
Morning.